After being banned for nearly 4 years in China, it looks like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is making its return, and it's doing so by doing everything they can to pander to the Chinese Communist Party. Disney announces Marvel movie ban in China is officially lifted, and it's true, not only is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania going to be released, but also Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which has now been out for months now, will also be released in China in the next few weeks. But why is that happening? Why now? What has changed? Well, interestingly enough, there's a report out there that's indicating exactly what's changed. And it looks like Disney will be doing everything they can to make sure that nobody says anything that could be deemed as offensive by China. Sure, they'll make movies there. They'll even thank the Chinese Communist Party while filming next to their concentration camps. Sure, they'll do whatever they can, such as putting a mask on a black character, such as shrinking a black character in their promotional pictures. This is Disney. This is how desperate they are to get their movies released in China again. And with the success of Avatar 2, it's no surprise. Look what Avatar 2 is doing, nearly $2 billion at the box office, but over 200 million of that came from China. And now Disney is making it clear that they're going to be doing the same thing with Marvel once again. Report: the Walt Disney Company and Marvel Studios to educate actors in order to placate communist China. This report comes from The Hollywood Reporter as they covered an investor battle inside Walt Disney Company that pits current CEO Bob Iger against former Marvel executive Ike Perlmutter and hedge fund manager Nelson Peltz, who wants a seat on Disney's board. Amid the report, the authors claim that future Marvel films will not feature any Chinese villains, but that the talent will be well schooled to watch their words. So just think about that. Think about promising, hey, no villains of this descent, to make sure that we can get it released in China. And it goes on and on and on. The littlest, the tiniest thing will cause them to ban a movie because, again, the government of China, these are not good people that we're talking about. We're talking about totalitarian rule over there. And if they see the slightest hint of something that offends them, they will ban that thing. But just like we see over and over again, Disney, who claims that we want to fight for everybody everywhere. We want to fight for marginalized people. We want to represent marginalized communities. Until it comes to the money, then they'll do whatever. Then they'll do anything they can to please communist China. It's the same way when you hear them talk about how much they love gay people, want to see gay people represented. But when push comes to shove, to get a movie released in the Middle East, they'll cut a gay scene because they care more about the bottom line. They care more about that dollar, at least overseas, internationally, than they do about actually inserting that kiss that they promised everybody would see. Yes, you're doing so much to promote diversity and inclusion in places in the Western world where it's already normalized and accepted, but you'll do nothing in the places where they'll throw gay people off buildings. You don't want to fight the good fight there, do you? This report comes after the Walt Disney Company's official Chinese social media accounts announced Black Panther and Ant-Man the Wasp secured releases in China. The Hollywood Reporter reported on January 17th, Marvel shared the surprise news Tuesday over its official Chinese social media accounts. The two titles will be the very first movies of Phase 4 to screen in China, as the last approved theatrical releases were Spider-Man: Far From Home and Avengers: Endgame way back in early to mid 2019. Holy shit. And then they do link Yellow Flash's video in here that he did a few days ago, saying similar things. It's always Disney that does this shit. Disney always willing to step back. It's all about making as much money as possible. I'd rather see these companies not do this and not bend the knee to this country because they really don't like us. And the thing is, you don't need China. What did we see? Even with the Marvel movie, Spider-Man No Way Home, that made almost $2 billion. What did we see with Top Gun Maverick? $1.5 billion by being American as hell, patriotic as fuck. You didn't need China to make that money. Nobody needs China to make this money, but they do everything in their power to try to bend the knee for a couple extra $1 million. You don't even get that big of a box office cut from China, yet they're letting them control the narrative. I wish I could say it was a surprise, but it absolutely is not. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.